I think I was like 3 or 4 years old or something. My dad was playing Dire Straits and Beatles albums or something, and I was just digging the guitar sound. I was just, liking it. I mean, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I was still digging it. And after that, when I was 7 years old, I started playing violin, and just playing classical music for about 4 or 5 years. But then, at the same time, I was getting more into rock music, more into hair metal, more into heavy metal and shit like that. Because my big sister, she was into, just bands like Poison, Motley Crue, Twist Sister, Skid Row, Guns N' Roses and shit like that. When somebody was asking me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I think my answer was always that, I either wanted to be a rally driver or a rock star. My dad bought me my first guitar when I was 11 years old, and it's been just all about the guitar ever since.
I started with piano, and then when I was 9 years old, I started to play French horn. When I got older, I realized that it wasn't my instrument at all. And when I was maybe 12, 13 years old, I met Alexi, and we started this band, like playing covers from these bands we both like, Guns N' Roses, Metallica and stuff. And then maybe after 2 years or so, we started to compose own songs, wanted to do our own demo tape from our first songs. We were maybe 15 years old when we did our first demo tape. I think we both were really ambitious about this thing, because we both just wanted to play music and to become a real band like we are now. So it's kind of dream come true.
So me and Jaska were just rehearsing at my dad's garage, just setting demo tapes to record labels and shit like that. Then I think 1995, Alexander joined the band. Henke joined the band as well.
I think I was about 11 or something when my big brother was always listening to quite hard stuff like metal and hard rock. Then I had to listen to those tracks like Slayer and Pantera, Sepultura. And I started to like them. I asked my mom to buy me a guitar, and she was like, "Yeah, I can buy you some very cheap one, because I don't want to spend any money on it, because you will get bored of it anyway soon." Alex asked me if I could join the band as a bassist, and then I said, "Yeah, why not?" I was in the band. We did the third demo tape, and we were sending it all over the world, and we never got any reply.
Everybody just rejected us, everybody, every single one, even the labels that actually nowadays actually would have wanted to us, but still, fuck it.
Then we got a deal offer from some European small label, and
it was a total rip-off deal.
And then we went to the studio and recorded the first album for the label. And when the album was done,
somebody from Spine Farm called me up, and he wanted to sign Children of Bodom to Spine Farm, right? I told the guy that, we're actually fucking signed to another label. So, and then the guy told me that, what you're gonna have to do is that, you could change your name, just tell the guy that you just fucking quit the band, and that's it. And then kind of start another band called Children of Bodom, who accidentally is coming up with a new album called Something Wild, and that's it. Our previous keyboard player, he was kind of a flake, so I actually had to kick him out. which was a bummer because he was he was a friend of mine. But anyway, I had to fucking do it, right? So we had 2 fucking weeks to come up with a new keyboard player. And then, Jaska was going to the same school with Janne. And then Jaska asked him,
I got a text message from Jaska that if I wanted to try and play a little bit heavy metal. I'm like, sure, I will try.
Because at the time, Janne was into jazz and stuff like that, He wasn't really into playing metal or anything,
But then he sent me back, no, well, we're still gonna try with our current keyboard player. I'm like, okay, whatever, guys. A few weeks later, he was like, hey, could you come and jam with us or whatever, try it out.
When he showed up, he had short hair, he had a white T-shirt on, and he was just being so quiet, like so different than he is nowadays. That's for sure.
The Booze Brothers!
Et vedä enimmäistä viskiä, et sit se jotenkin niinku aukenee se äänimaailma.
Fuck! You're such an animal.
Tarso! Tarso!
Hey, Jan, are you drunk?
Yes. Well, my parents put me to piano lessons when I was 5. At first, I wasn't that excited because it was like classical music and stuff, and at some point, I got a little bit like tired of that shit, and I quit the lessons. And then my dad was just teaching me for a while, and then I applied to the Helsinki Pop Jazz Conservatory at the age of 10, and then I studied there for 6 years.
When he started ripping on those fucking keyboards, especially when we had a song like Bodom on the first album, and we told him that, okay, dude, can you pull up a solo in there? I mean, you can compose it, you can write it down, whatever you want, just do it. And he was like, fuck it, I'll just play like this, Well, then he fucking did it, and he was like, wow! It was just, we were just stunned. We were like amazed that, Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's playing like Jens Johansson or something like that.
For me, the whole improvising, soloing thing has been like one of the most important things about playing always. And maybe that's why when I first jammed with the COB guys and improvised a little bit, they were astounded by the shit I was playing, because maybe it's not that common for guys to, play like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was 17 when we went to the studio, I guess, or was I even 16? Even though we did the demo tapes in the same place, but still it was different because we were doing an album now, and it was really scary. But yeah, it turned out well, and when the album was done, but we had no expectations with the sales or anything. We were actually really afraid of how people would react for this kind of music, because it was so weird mix of black metal and classical and this kind of like a guitar solo Yngwie Malmsteen thing. So then it almost hit the charts in the top 40 in Finland, and that was quite unbelievable. I think it went number 44 or something.
Originally, I was supposed to just play the studio sessions for the first album and then kind of disappear. But so happened that, first gigs started coming, and the COB guys were asking if you could you come and play these gigs as well? I was like, sure. And things just started moving on, and before we realized, I was stuck with these motherfuckers. So it's like,
when we had our like first Finnish tour, which was about 3 gigs in a row, then that's the first time when I saw the guy drunk, and that's when I knew that he's the fucking man.
But by the time we were recording the second album, I felt that I was already a real member of this group.
So we did our first tours in Europe, because Spinefarm had really good connections with the European labels, so they wanted us on this festival tour. Was it with Hypocrisy?